Joe Mackenzie here, your watercolor coach. I'm here today with an exercise that you are going to hate. You are going to hate this more than you've ever hated something before. And here's what it is. First, what you need to do is you need to find a form. In this case, I'm using an apple and a very bright light to be able to put on it. Then go ahead and draw the outline of that form. And then I like to also uh, uh, draw inside the form as well, those different shapes. The point here is to find the most essential value shapes that you can. And so that's what I did with apple number one. That's not a really hateful thing to do, but this is what's hateful. In this case, what you do is you do the exact same thing, but every time you make a stroke, you make a mark. So there's one stroke. Here comes stroke number two. Yep, okay. And now we're going to move on to stroke number three. This feels like you're painting with your hands tied behind your back. It is just a horrible feeling. But what it does do is it loosens you up in a way that nothing else will. So here we go. That's stroke number four. Here comes stroke number, so we're up to five. The idea is to use as few strokes as possible. All right, so we're almost done with the second apple. I'm playing a little bit. You just can't get fiddly. All right, now the next apple is a little bit bigger. I've had a little practice. I made the paint thicker this time, and there's stroke number one. Whew, okay, stroke number two. And I'm counting strokes here. I don't think that was a stroke, that was a touch. It also helps to have a big brush. As soon as you start using a brush and you find yourself licking the paper, dab, 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 you have too small a brush. I probably should have picked a larger brush when my apple got a little bit larger here, but I didn't. But I'm still counting strokes. There we go. All right, so I was pretty happy with these apples, and as you know, with watercolor, everything fades once it's dry. So I went back in and did a second coat. Not a second coat, but just well, yeah, I mean, let's be fair, it is a second coat. So, and I didn't keep track of those strokes. The idea, because I think the idea of loosening up had already been established. So, like I said, if you want to do an exercise that you're absolutely going to hate, I call this carve the apple. You're carving the apple with your eyes and you're using value shapes to do it. That's part number one. And then the second is to do the same thing, but use as few strokes as possible, and it will loosen you up. So that's my tip for the day. Remember to keep the whites of your paper white, your paints wet, mass for value, mix for color, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye-bye.